Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. It seems the Vatican is annoyed at criticism on social media aimed at it, the hierarchy, and Pope Francis. So a few days ago, Rome dropped a polite document advising Catholics not to be divisive on social media, but rather behave, quote, not so much as individual influencers, but as weavers of communion, pooling our talents and skills, sharing knowledge and contributions. Well, that's all well and good and certainly does have some merit, objectively speaking, but, and this is a big, really big but, when you have people within the church who are influencers in their own right, and they are dividing the faithful by depriving them of actual church teaching and making it up as they go along, well, what are faithful Catholics supposed to say in response? Does the Vatican want us talking about how lovely the parish bake sale was after the 10 a.m. Mass, and that the Smiths are all excited about helping plant the parish vegetable garden? Give me a break. This is war, spiritual war, and the only difference now, and which is likely eliciting the document from the Vatican, is that the true believers are now pushing back against modernism and all its evils. Shut up and build community? Seriously? Either some folks in the Vatican are incredibly naive, which some probably are, or they sense, rightly or wrongly, they may be beginning to lose the initiative and so are resorting to the be nice and sweet strategy, shorthand for shut up and stop drawing attention to our agenda. This maneuver runs a very close parallel to the Marxist Democrat strategy of recognizing the danger to their agenda posed by so-called conservative influencers on social media and doing everything possible to shut them down, up to and including weaponizing the Justice Department, working in cahoots with giant tech, cooperating with corporate America, and linking arms with their comrades in big media, all to shut down criticism by labeling it conspiracy theories and misinformation. While there's no substantial evidence of the Vatican employing that degree of censorship, this latest document certainly smacks of that mentality. It just makes it appear more spiritual and less political. But the funny thing is, this is one of the most political papacies you could ever imagine. Francis and his appointees' high level of cooperation with globalists on a huge range of issues: illegal immigration, phony man-made climate change, anti-capitalism, for example. You name it, point to the scales, so they're definitely tipping in favor of that agenda. That faithful Catholics, rightly fed up with the shenanigans, would be the ones to draw the penalty flag now. Well, that's ludicrous. It's kind of like a football game. One player takes a swing at another in between plays. The refs don't notice him, and then the other guy swings back and he gets the penalty flag thrown at him. It's always the dude who reacts who draws the ire. The same dynamic is at play here, mostly. The notable exception is that the bad guys are the ones in control and they're the ones throwing the flags. Kind of the textbook definition of an unfair fight. So frankly, what does the Vatican or even Pope Francis himself expect to happen? The faith is either betrayed, undercut, soft-pedaled, distorted, or presented in such a watered-down way that it is attractive to absolutely no one. The promoters of all of this, like James Martin, the polite bullies attack, but they get a pass. We respond and call a flag on the play. That's what happens to us. Word to the Vatican: stop promoting the heresy of modernism in its multiple arenas, and we will go back to talking about the parish bake sales. In the meantime, this is war. Knock it off with the be polite, not divisive crap. U.S. bishops have gone on like that forever. Don't be divisive. It's spiritual and emotional abuse meant to intimidate the less plucky and those whose personalities are already predisposed to be soft and confrontation avoidance. Forgive us for trying to whip up the troops. Many of them need a good kick in the pants to force them to wake up to the heresies and schisms being promoted, ignored, and allowed to run rampant. If the effort to do that smacks of division and being offensive, oh well, who cares? Our Lord said the same thing. I have come to bring the sword. And as St. Mark records, they took offense at him. We kind of think the Vatican would issue some sort of social media document against both our Lord and John the Baptist's Twitter feeds. But they'd give a pass to at Judas Traitor because, well, you know, you got to be polite, not divisive. God love you. I'm Michael Voris.